Santini. Welcome back to the All Juve Cast channel where it's all Juve all the time, all right? Now, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new here because it's your one-stop shop for everything Juventus. I'm Alberto, and you know the drill. I'm going to bring you the news surrounding La Vecchia Signora to February 25th, all right? So, without further ado, good morning, and let's go. Juventus have asked information from Atletico Madrid in regards to Renan Lodi. Okay, he could leave the club at the end of the season. He is 23 years old. He's a Brazilian and he's a left back. So Juventus has inquired about Renan Lodi. That's the first bit of news. The other is Juventus follow Gavi very, very closely. If he doesn't renew his contract with Barcelona, all right, which expires in 1 year, he goes on the market and the termination clause is 50 million euros. Gavi is apparently a personal desire of Allegri's. Those are the first two bits of news. Then we have, of course, Empoli and Juventus tomorrow. Empoli, Juventus, Allegri held his press conference. Here are just some of the takeaways. Okay, Keane is going to have a good game tomorrow. Allegri's calling for a big, big game from Keane tomorrow. Miretti, Ake, and Sule are all going to be with us because of all the injuries, okay? Sandro is out. Bernardeschi will be back next week. Chiellini will not be back next week, even further, apparently. One of Morata or Vlahovic will start tomorrow's game against Empoli on the bench. That is a brief breakdown of the press conference from Max Allegri. Then we continue. Mirko Di Natale, friend of the All Juve cast, has put out a renewal update for Juventus. Dybala, his agent, will meet with the club in early March. Okay, Quadrado, it's basically down to just the duration, 1 + 1 or 2 years of 4 million euros. For Perin, apparently they're close to reaching an agreement. This is a shocker because I thought for sure Perin is looking to get starting minutes somewhere else. So I'm very, very surprised to hear that we are close to reaching an agreement for Perin. I think he's fantastic as a second-string goalkeeper, so I have no issues there. For De Sciglio, there is no meeting yet. And for Bernardeschi, again, we're in the same spot. It remains that there's a will to agree on a lower figure than the current salary, which is 4 million euros. But, of course, Bernardeschi does not want to drop, so almost a standstill there. Now, in terms of Rabiot, in the summer, the club will be willing to part ways. 50 million euros is what Juventus wants for Rabiot, and there's interest from two English Premier League clubs, and that's Newcastle and Everton. So look for Rabiot to be on the move in the summer. Again, though, I said this is very, very strange based on how much Allegri likes a player, but some incoming players could obviously change that. Now, central defenders are a focus in the summer, apparently, for Juventus. And De Ligt, now, he is the present and future of Juventus, and the intention is to keep him at all costs. But if an offer should come in that is over 100 million euros, apparently Juventus will take it into consideration. Bremer is very, very popular for Juventus and would not be an alternative to the Dutch if he came in. So that might happen regardless. We'll keep eyes on that, okay? And, of course, the solution for Empoli at the moment looks like an attack with including Ake, supporting Vlahovic and Keane. So you might finally see Keane as a winger, and we will get to see Ake come in there as a player. This is going to be very, very interesting. Something I said on the last live show is that how are we going to cope? I would expect out of the players that we have that we are pulling in, and what I've seen from Max, Ake would be the one that would probably get the more minutes out of Sule and out of Miretti. I don't look for him to find the solutions in the midfield using Miretti. I look for us to find the solutions through one of Quadrado and Bernardeschi to fill in somewhere in the midfield when the need be, and use Ake because it's a lot less risky to use those forward players up there. Sule should be getting some good minutes. He is a very, very good player, but Ake seems to be ahead on the list from what we've seen previously, and that's why I expected it. So there you have it on that front. Now, Nonmolo keeps creeping up a lot more frequently. For those of you that don't know who Nonmolo is a Facebook personality with very, very close ties to Juventus, okay? And he keeps dropping bombs. Today, he says, in a technical meeting held, there is a discourse of not adapting according to the characteristics of opponents, but finding our own identity so that other clubs would have to adapt themselves in order to face Juventus. And no, everybody, no, Molo is not a part of this podcast or this team at All Juve Cast, but we have been reiterating, I myself have been reiterating that forever. I said we need to stop adapting to what other teams do and find our own level of play, our own game, and play as a team and put them under. This is great news to hear. Now he continues. Someone, he doesn't say who, but he says someone is pushing for Arthur and Locatelli to share the pitch together. I'm convinced Nomolo also listens and watches to the All Juvecast podcast. This is good stuff. We need to see that, in my personal opinion. I've been calling for that. A lot of us have been calling for that. That is the news today. Tell me, how do you feel about everything you just heard, Juventini? Drop your thoughts in the comments here. And don't forget, tomorrow is a Juventus match day. Okay, we've got Empoli, and we are going to be live here on the channel, 8:30 a.m. Eastern time, getting you pumped up for that match. It's a must win. We got to get the job done. We'll have all the news leading up to that, all the build up. We're going to tackle and dissect all sorts of topics. And there has been quite a bit of arguments in the AJC group chat. So you'll have to check out the show because it might pop out here on live. We can't wait to talk to you all then and see you then and get ready for the match. And we're going to try our best to bring a watch along as well. Again, like the video, subscribe to the channel, your one-stop shop for everything Juve. Forza Juve, Finoallafine. We'll talk tomorrow.